everyone, Esther here. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to discuss the upcoming full moon, which is lunar eclipse on October 28. It's definitely a extremely important event because it's almost like a completion evaluation of the emotional stage of this whole entire year. The solar eclipse, which is we just had literally a few days ago on Shabbat, the solar eclipse was really important for us to open the gate for new reality, almost like we start to see movie, which is we never thought it actually will be possible for us to see. So the lunar eclipse, it's almost going to be like a completion of conclusion of where we're going and how we're going to continue. Can we continue the way we were before? Or we actually do need to adopt something new, to awaken something new inside of us in order for us to understand the new reality and to see the blessings and activate only the energy of goodness for this new reality. So the full moon in Aries is going to be on October 28, as I mentioned. This lunar eclipse, this year, by the way, also it marks movement of the two lunar nodes, which is across two signs, right? With the moving from Libra to Virgo, you can see on the screen, and from Aries to Pisces. So it's literally, we have 2 days lunar eclipse before the lunar nodes, Ketu in Rahu, or North Node and South Node, it's going to move to new signs. Just to remind you guys, I do not practice Western astrology. You can check under sidereal system, and it's a direct sky. So the sun is in the debilitation sign of Libra, right? A lot of people think Libra is such a peaceful, good sign. Yes, it's a sign which just came to achieve balance. But because Libra, in her foundation, she represents marketplace where people bargain, when people do, when they confront each other, and when it's very, very busy place. So Libra, while it's looking for peace, it's a lot of time attract conflicts, and because Libra came to learn how to confront, one of the reasons she's getting from lessons of confrontation. So the sun feel really debilitated in sign of Libra, but getting some straight, some energy, some koch from exchange from sign of Libra, because the Libra, it's rules by Venus, and because Venus right now in a sign of Sun of Leo for the whole October, it's in a way making a little bit more, giving us a little bit more energy to fight whatever we see inside of us as well. So with the recent solar eclipse, energy was created. It's if you watch my video, I mentioned there, it really depends on your location, where you're at, on Earth, but to trigger our comfort zone, this past, solar eclipse, which is we start, remember, between solar and lunar eclipse, we have exactly 2 weeks. This is called eclipse period in the corridor, depends, different terminology, but this is the window of time when we do not make any decision, any final conclusion. We not sign anything. It's really not good idea, because it's every day is the karmic day for us to transform and make completely different changes, almost like a start with a new movie. Don't forget, we just finished our cosmic events, 22 days of holidays, which is our soul went through a lot of exams and gained a lot of new fresh energy in order for us to move on for the new entire year and to use it, right? Now, just to remind us, because this the solar eclipse trigger our comfort zone of all levels, right? Financial, health, connection with other people, with the creator, you can feel like a temporary shadowing of big revolution and revelation of the light inside of us. It's like a form, the pain and suffering, but so we can start to wake up and appreciate the essence of things around us. Because every time when we're going through pain and suffering, every time when we suddenly taken out of our comfort zone, we suddenly we've been almost like a push, allowed to see new reality, new understanding of things, and to be more compassion, and perhaps can get even some people a lot of anger. But we always remember the light of creator never want to show us anything or any lessons in order for us to become weaker or to be angry. On the opposite, in order for us to expand our vessel in order to fulfill with the light, not with the darkness. Okay. Now, on the practical level, just for you guys to know, this partial lunar eclipse, which is this my video about, it's I'm going to talk about I'm going to give you time for the Eastern local time. I live in Toronto, so anyone on the East Coast of North America, this is, guys, more accurate for you on the time wise, but you always can go to NASA on other website and check what is the really this lunar eclipse going to be on the place you live. So it's going to begin on Saturday and Shabbat, October 28, and it's going to begin in 6:07 p.m. And the maximum, the time, it's going to be almost a little bit more than like 19 minutes duration time, okay? Because it's going to be ended on 6:26. So it starts in 6:07 and end in 6:26. And the middle point of this lunar eclipse is going to be 6:10. Now, I do have a special meditation for it, and I'm going to send to my community email list. This is very ancient, very powerful Kabbalistic meditation you guys can do. I'm going to send with instructions as well on the book. So if you don't have, if you're not part of my email list, please email us at estherastrohealing at gmail.com. You can find my email address under of my each video. So it's really very simple. So shoot me email. Shoot us emails, then you want to be part of our email list and you will receive this information. It's extremely important because you can get so much power. Now, because it's going to be on Shabbat and it's going to be already almost closer of a finish of Shabbat, right? This is very specific energy happen. It's the energy which is we connect to energy of final redemption, Mashiach. Because Motzei Shabbat, the end of Shabbat, we have three tremendous souls who decide to disappear from this world, from this reality. The righteous souls never die. They just become invisible for our limited reality. So we're talking about Moshe, David, and Yosef. So Joseph the righteous, Moshe, Moses, and as well David, King David, who actually governor of the Malchut, the world we live for. So this is such a powerful lunar eclipse. This lunar eclipse, if you know what powerful tools to use and how to stay in this zone of 19 minutes and connect to the highest of highest, which is I'm going to provide in my email, you will lose this opportunity. So if you already listened to my email, my video, you're new to my channel, or you've been with me for a while, which is I really appreciate all of you, your time, your souls, and the opportunity for you to give yourself permission to understand spirituality and astrology from completely different perspective, not as a user, but as a creator. You understand? Really important. So definitely send me email. Now, to come back to this lunar eclipse, the moon becomes full in 9 degrees, between 9 and 10 degrees. You can see on the sky. Now, it's in Aries, right? Don't forget, moon doesn't like to be in Aries so much. It's a fire sign of little bit aggressivity and a sign of lack of tact. But the moon, it's looking for completely different dynamic. And she's coming from water sign. So she was just in the water sign and now she's going to Aries. So for moon, it's she's suddenly in shock in a way. So to have this lunar eclipse as well in a position sign of energetical force, right, from water to short circuit to fire, it's not a thing we're going to feel emotionally a little bit drawn, but because it's happening on Shabbat, because it's happening on the day of total elevation of our souls, and especially if you study on Shabbat, if you listen to the Torah, or you just understand the energy of Shabbat, of Saturday, by doing something special on the day, My promise to you, you're going to enter to this moment of the lunar eclipse with completely different protection and vessels. So just keep this in mind. Now, because it's in areas from 8 to 9 degrees, what ancient says, I check specifically on direct sky in the royal stars in the books, it's going to be its combination called Perseus. Now, Perseus actually is a protector of chained people. Can you imagine? I was just looking at unbelievable. So, couple things we need to remember. As you know, the whole situation right now in Middle East, it's very close to my heart. I grew up in Israel. In Israel, it's part of my essence from very, very little age. If you know my personal story, then when I was 11 years old, I already decided I'm going to immigrate to Israel by myself, which is I did after I get passport after 16. So Israel for me, not just another country. Israel for me been with me since the moment I born. Even though I born in Ukraine, but Israel been always with me, part of my essence. So it's not just any place in the earth; it's the energetical place. So it's, and you know that a lot of people right now capture still. We don't know what's happened with them, and we're all praying that the souls, whatever the souls took upon themselves, whatever tikkun of the families of the whole entire country, they took upon themselves. The soul signed for all of this before came to this dimension. If you understand the system of incarnation. But beside all of the information we have, it's still very painful. It's not just for painful for the families, it's for all of us, one soul. And look what's happened. The lunar eclipse, it's actually going to be in Aries, but Aries represent Israel. Israel, it's the sign of Aries. And it's connecting to the star protector of chained people, which is Perseus. So I think it's definitely good news, and it's gonna protect 100%. And you know, we have this week I'm making this video. It's the week where the whole week it's about the flood, the portion called Noah. And next week we're gonna have when Abraham going to get his cousin Lot, who was been actually been kept as a hostage by similar people like Hamas in the Torah, right? And he was going there with a smaller army, but army of the people of the light, it says, and he's gonna take him out of the capture. So we live in a time, the Torah, it's a tree of life. This is unbelievable. By end of this video, I'm going to make special prayer before my amazing teacher will give us another lesson of energy and empower us of all this period of time. We'll do prayer together, which is dedicated to Torah and to the tree of life. So we all can tune to this energy. You can listen to this prayer anytime during the day. Now, because it's in Aries and it's a cusp of most positive and challenging degree, while moving from water sign, like I said, the moon really feel more vulnerable in that sense. Also, this eclipse inflicted by Rahu, because it's receiving like a borderland between Aries and Pisces, you can see, and it's causing a partially shadow on the bright and conflicted moon. So it's another thing. So moon definitely going to awaken a lot of emotions inside of us on a completely different level. Now the sun opposite in Libra. So it will bring, will place in the 10 degree. Now, what it's showing in ancients, in the 10 degrees, it's kind of between 10, before even 10 degree. The Chi, it says in the ancients, so those degrees connect to the Chiron, which is drawn by hair. And it's a filament of the ruler, violent power inconcile. So this is what it's. Let me. I'm just reading directly from the book right now. So it's the Chiron drawn by hair by a hero from 7 to 10 degree. It's a filament of the ruler, violent power inconceal. You understand? So this is like such a conflicted energy in opposition, and it's given the ingenious Shada, which makes Rahu the upper hand in this moon eclipse. You understand? So you can see that Mars and Mercury, they've been really as well afflicted. They've been almost like a discharge with lack of energy. and pushing a great amount, especially Mercury. I'm not referring to Mars. They sit beside each other, but Mercury, it's combusted in this position right now. So pushing a great amount of energy into this eclipse, even in our understanding of this limited reality. We're going to start to understand things when we never thought it's even possible. And there's actually 7 of 9 planets. Just look at what's happened. 7 planets of 9 planets occupied in their position. So let's see, we have a Jupiter, Moon, Rahu in Aries, opposite the Sun, which is Sun, Mercury, Mars, Ketu in Libra. You understand? So now what I do recommend to all of you, if, for example, you have a Lord in your chart, let's say you're rising Lord Mars, it can be only Aries or Scorpio, you're really going to feel this eclipse. Now, if you have Mercury as well, your Lord, let's say you're rising Gemini or you're rising Virgo, you're going to feel this lunar eclipse because your Lord's sitting right now in conflicted place. Now, if you can see all the planets who are involved and you'll open your chart and look, what do you have in your chart in a position of those both, Aries and Rahu? Because don't forget, the Aries and Libra. Don't forget, you guys, for Aries and Libras, you right now completing, you have a lunar eclipse by completing your 18 months karmic period of time when you lunar eclipse in your houses before they move to Pisces and to Virgo. It's extremely important for you. You need to take care of your health, eat less, drink more water, be really pay attention to everything what comes from your mouth. Don't participate with any nonsense by thinking that you understand what's really happening in this reality. Save your energy. It's really important. But while you're doing that, accumulate your energy and ask for Ruach HaKodesh, for divine inspiration. Ask to see things the way how you're supposed to see, and not how other people trying to impose on you their opinions. Use your critical thinking. This is extremely important. You're going to, and you will be surprised how successful you can be when you're coming from a place of peace and balance. What information you can get. Okay, so in addition, just reminding, 2 planets are also participate. So we have 7 planets, we have another 2 planets, and they're participating in opposition. With regards to, I'm talking about Saturn in Aquarius opposite Venus in Leo. So the final few days of October will show us the raw, uncover reality of our own ignorance and the lack of care for each other. And each of us on our own level, that level, an obvious mark on the future. You will see what's going to happen this week. I mean, this period of time, these 2 weeks before 28 and even October 30th, is to change and take our spiritual growth much more serious. We're really, really going to feel, now we're entering to the reality where it's not longer you can hide behind somebody else or some situation. You need to face things. You can run from yourself. Now, Kabbalistically, I just want to remind us, Kabbalistically, lunar eclipse are challenging time. And in Sefer Yezirah, it says actually it's because of the moon rule art, spirituality, deep emotions, inspiration. It's rule our connection to our mother womb, you understand, to our ancestral lineage as well. It says that the moon rules spiritual people. You understand? The sun rules external type of personality, but the moon internal type of personality. This is why it says a person usually take the spirituality mainly according to the mother, because the mother represents moon and she represents inside or pnimi. The father is the driving force, the activity, how we're going to use. Okay, so this is really important. When you do chart with me, we always work on your ancestral lineage. We always check what we brought from past lives, what lessons we need to learn this lifetime, and to really move on, not to stuck in all this reality, to move on, to create for yourself completely new reality. Now, this cosmic event will indeed require some additional efforts, guys. For all of us, it's bring like a patience and the light into our surroundings. It's like we literally need to feel, then whoever longer I was, I didn't even know who I am. Now I'm becoming much higher being. And the consciousness of every single individual can possibly affect the whole cosmic energy. We're creating universes. Our problem, we don't believe, we don't commit to our spirituality. And there are a few times in history during the lunar eclipse, it's happened right after the cosmic holidays, which is we right now just finished. So the darker hour is just before the dawn. Remember, end of the tunnel, it's only light, and its difficulties will lead to real understanding. This is the powerful time to reconnect with your higher self. This is the powerful time to live. And right now, we're gonna say special prayer before my amazing teacher, Rav. He's gonna give us unbelievable lesson. What is really spiritual commitment and how important for us to understand why we're not getting our blessings. It's in our hands. Why in the last moment we're giving up or we using our comfort zone and instead to our spiritual growth. Okay, guys, I'm going to complete my video with amazing meditation and prayer. You can close your eyes so you can follow my prayer, and definitely until in the end, you can say amen in order to complete and manifest. And I wish all of you guys many blessings to be successful with everything what you do and with your right consciousness and with your big heart. So let's begin. עץ החיים, היא לי מחזיקים בה, ותמכה מהשאר. דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותי שלום. מגדל אז שם אדוני, בו ירוץ צדיק ונשגב. זה ספר תולדות האדם, Book of Adam, שזהו צדיק דהיינו יסוד עזרנפין, שרץ מגדל דוד, המלכות מגדולות, ועל ידה הוא עושה תולדות, וחל הזוכה להסתכל בו, ידע בו חוכמה עליינה, וזוכב שלא תשכח חוכמה ממנו, וידע את ריבונו. You can always scan this combination. This is like a computer chip for our soul was given to Adam in order for him to rule this dimension. And then I'm going to send all of you blessings and you can say amen. כי בי ירבו ימיך ויוסיפו לך שנות חיים.
Since, says the Zohar, Noah was a tzaddik, meaning he had achieved this level of consciousness known by its code name Yesod, a certain sphira, a certain bottled up form of energy, how come he could not cancel and nullify death from the world, and that the deluge should never take place? And the Zohar answers, they did not believe, like most people today, I guess, believe that they could be in control of their life. They did not believe that when Noah was teaching them and trying to tell them all these years that a flood is coming and you can protect yourself. Noah was a tzaddik, and he had the energy level of intelligence to save the whole world, but you know what? They didn't believe. They didn't believe it. Why is that so important? Why do I have to believe in it? Why do I have to accept the idea that I can control my life? If a person does not have a commitment to what he wants to do, he will never succeed. Why? Why can't he just do it without having this total commitment? What does the total commitment mean more than if he just thinks, it's a good idea and I'll do it? But a total commitment, why is there a necessity of a total commitment? A business or a family or whatever, for it to be successful, can't take in pieces. You can't have a fragmented kind of life. There must be an understanding from the beginning to the end. But if you begin saying, well, maybe this is not so good or this is good, that means this idea is not total for you, right or wrong. But it's not total. If it's not total, then you know what happens? There is not that complete flow of energy that the cosmos want to interject into an undertaking. When you have a total commitment, you have a total flow of energy. If there is no total commitment, there is no total flow. So, if you ever feel that there's a need for a blessing, should be said in the Bet HaKnesset or whatever, If it's half-hearted, I can assure you it's not going to work. No, but you might think, well, could it hurt? It may not hurt, but it won't help. This is not a game of we'll try. Either you say there is a possibility that I'll take and I'll try it, but a total commitment. Because without a total commitment, says the Zohar, it is impossible.